Vacation's over, back to the remodel on this episode of
The Clutch Trucker Channel.
Clutch Trucker, filmed before a live and fuzzy studio audience. That is Rusty, the world-famous Meatball Dog. Hey YouTube, Clutch Trucker here. Thanks for tuning in to another edition of the Clutch Trucker Channel. Alright, well, look what we woke up to today. Yep, just got back from vacation and I got a couple inches of snow on the ground. There's the tracks for my wife backing out. A little bit of a drift right there. And you can see bare ground right in front of the pole barn, a little drift. But yep, got snow this morning, and no snow, new snow from when we had left. But yep, had to have some snow to welcome us back here on, what is it today? Tuesday the 26th of January. Yep, so, but it was cold the last couple days in Florida. Yeah, it was like, 36 degrees down there in Florida the last couple of days, and I think that feels colder there than 36 feels here, because we don't have the humidity. But anyway, so we're back. So yeah, got to dive back into things and try to finish up this remodel. Of course, when we last spoke on the remodel project, I determined that I needed to redo the countertop again. That'll be the third time for the sink countertop part. Got to extend it out a little bit longer so I can make the fold up of the area over the toilet work. So I've got to run to Menards, get another board for that today. I've got to see if I can find some sort of a different top other than that thick foam stuff, because that just wasn't going to work with the hinge. So got a couple of things to go look at the store, and we'll try to get back to building, and of course we'll document it all right here. Well, I looked for various things. I was looking at maybe mostly floor laminate, because that comes in big rolls and I could cut it to the size I needed, and it's fairly thin stuff. So it would work as far as putting a hinge over it, so that can fold up from the toilet area. But all I could find was, of course you have to buy huge amounts or you have to pre-order. They only had a few remnants, and a lot of them were $100 or more. And I'm like, yeah, really, we're not willing to spend that much money. There was one remnant that was 9 foot by 12 foot, way bigger than I need, for like $44. But wasn't wild about the pattern. So I went back there and looked at where I had picked up the foam, which you can see the edge of it sticking up there. But that stuff's real thick. It's about a ½ inch thick. And it's not going to work to put a hinge on because it's not rigid enough. And so I found something else that's kind of similar but different in a little bit of a way. This is the utility floor. All right, you can use it if you wanted to put it all down in your garage. I don't see the point in doing that, but it says you could put it in like a closet area, laundry area, a shed, or a workout room or something. It's harder. It's almost a harder plastic. It's kind of a rubberized plastic, but it's almost more of a plastic than anything else. And decided to go with this. There was a black and a gray, and of course gray could have matched everything else in here. But I thought it'd be kind of nice to have a black, not have the same gray all over. It's just got these little kind of dots, that stick up a little bit. It's hard, so it'll be a good countertop surface. And you can't tell by looking here, but if I can kind of pull this one apart, it's not that thick. It's again just about 1/8 of an inch, maybe a little closer to 1/4 of an inch. But it's hard enough that I'll be able to put a hinge through it. I can put the sink, a couple of screws to hold down the sink through this down to the board below. If I need to make it bigger, I can piece it together with this little part here. So it's going to have to be pieced in a couple places. I will caulk that. I'm not all that worried about it being watertight up there, because I'm not going to be like washing tons of dishes or anything. Just a couple of bowls and cups and something in the sink every now and then. So this is what I went with. So I kind of made a compromise. So we'll see how this is going to work. So not sure how much I'm going to get done tonight because it's freaking cold out here. Not as cold as it has been a couple times, but cold enough. Well, I was going to show you my custom lightsaber that cost $200 to make. You pay for the experience mainly more than anything else, but I can't get it to work. I think we had to take it apart to get it on the plane, and I think it stayed on the whole time we were flying in it, so I think the batteries are dead. I'll try changing those out, and I'll try to show you again in tomorrow's video. All right, task number 1 is going to pull the sink back out, pull the faucet back out, take off the foam. You can see how thick that foam is there. That's why it wasn't going to work with a hinge, because the hinge has to go along here and fold up, and I was going to put it on the wood, but it would have folded into the foam. Can't put the hinge into the foam because it's not thick or not rigid enough. Even though I thought that was going to be a great countertop idea, well, we're going to have to abandon that. So I'm going to take the board out that's below because it's a good cut board. I just have to give it a little bit more room around the backside back there. So we'll take the board out, retrace it on a new board I bought, which is sitting out there on the table saw, and we'll cut it again. Okay, got the new board I bought today cut. I could have bought a bigger board, but I still had enough of the other board, I think, that'll do what I need to do for the over the toilet area. So I got this one cut, gonna make sure it fits. Got a little off angle here, but we'll see if the sink's gonna drop in fine. And if I did this cut, good. I have a feeling I'm gonna have to go back down and redo that, so we'll just try this first. All right, had to take the board back down and trim just a little bit more, and then I tried to cut the rubbery plastic stuff to match it, so that'll do the whole sinkhole thing. So all together, looks like that. So we'll go put it in place and see what that looks like. All right, so there's that stuff down with the sink in place, the faucet in place. Put some dust and stuff on it, but I think this will make a real good countertop. And it's rigid enough, like I said, I can put the hinge into it, and it's not that thick, as you can see. So it'll go through the board. And I think that black looks nice against the gray. So that'll continue over here. I think it'll make a good countertop. What do you think? Looking at it again, I realized, yeah, I screwed up. Oh man, this sink countertop section has been, because that was my third attempt. Because I had to cut around the chute, and I extended 2 inches out so that when I fold up what's going to be over the toilet area, it'll lean against the chute and we'll be able to lean back a little bit. So I put the countertop board 2 inches further out. Didn't think to do it around the other side of the chute where it needs to have just a little sliver. So I've got to do it again. Luckily that board I bought from Menards today to do that was not that much money, like $7 or $8. You just hate throwing money away though. But got to go get another one and do it again, because now I have to leave that little bit extra on the other side so that, you know, the boards that are going to meet it will meet it up nicely. And that means I have to cut another one of these little plastic doohickeys to work with it. Luckily there were 6 in that package, so I'll probably be using all 6. See, I was on vacation, I was in just, you know, play mode, and I get back and I'm not thinking clearly enough about everything. So I think that's where we'll call it tonight, because I kind of got to start over again tomorrow. Yeah. Well, thanks for tuning in for that one. Yep, finally got Rusty back in the video, because since now we're back home. Yeah, he has been very excited that we're back home. I went out for, 3.5 hours today. When I came home, it was like Christmas for him. He's sticking real close, believe me. So, thanks for tuning in. As always, please subscribe. Please like and comment if you'd like to. I get your comments usually within 24 hours while doing this project. Don't forget about Clutch Trucker on Instagram, Clutch Trucker on Twitter. And as always, sniff that magic YouTube fairy dust. Clutch and Rusty, out. All right, Barf, put her in hover. Put her in hover. Praying to God. Praying to God. All right, here it is, Rusty. Here it is. Oh, there it goes. Go get it. Ah, yes. Back down to the floor to eat it, though, huh? Haven't had a bacon strip in over a week. There. And we got it. dog. Oh, no, there's one more right there. I see it. Oh, another little piece right there.